My name is Dr. Majadinger. I received my doctorate from Arizona State University, and I currently work at Yavapai College, Scottsdale Community College, and Paradise Valley Community College as the oboe instructor. And I hope today I will give you some insight on how to play these etudes successfully and what to expect from the audition process. All right, the first etude. So it's marked leggero, which means light, and the whole time it's basically how light can you play this? And it's slightly comical as well, especially the last note, bum, ba, bum, ba, dum, right? So try to just play that as a throwaway note there at the end. What I know a lot of students so far are having difficulty with is the end of the second line. I would start that run on beat 3, and I think that is also why the composer put the breath mark there. Bum, ba, yup, right? So no need to rush that, just fit those 7 notes in the third beat, and at quarter is 108, that won't be too difficult. What is difficult is decrescendoing as you ascend. So try your hardest to keep the air going, but taking away the dynamics there so that you are a true piano when you reach that high A. The second etude, the andantino, I would, in that second measure, stop the trill on beat 2, crescendo through the A, and then on beat 3, play your B natural. Make sure not to clip the end of the notes, especially the last measure on the first line, ba-dum, ba-dum. That staccato underneath the slur does not mean hack off the end of the note. It just means release it nicely. So make sure to do that. The first measure on the second line, the 16th notes, ba-da-da-da-dum, bum, ba-dum, because this is a slow etude, you don't want to play anything really choppy or segmented. You want to think horizontal lines the whole time. Ba-da-da-da-dum, bum, ba-dum. It's really not as fast as you think. And I would also, whenever you play anything slow, whether it's etudes for this, in your band, if you see a grace note in slow music, never play it super quickly, unless the band director tells you to. Try to make it, I would say in this one, for example, on the beat, on the last measure. Da-da-dum. Ba-dum. Just very nice. Etude number 3, the fast one, vivace. Always think horizontal. You do not want to sound beady, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? Try to make it go all the way to whatever note you decide is the note that you're leading to. I would much rather hear an etude slowed down and played musically, cleanly, and with the correct notes than someone actually playing quarter note equals 66 and it being sloppy with tumbles in the fingers, things like that. I would not, as a judge, take off points for someone taking it a little bit under tempo. Something else I wanted to say about this etude is that if you're having trouble playing those 16th notes quickly, I always do a method I call like the inverted rhythm practice. So instead of going ba-da-da-da-da-da, I will do dotted eighth, 16ths, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then I switch it, 16th, dotted eighth, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then when you go back to playing it straight, da-da-da-da-da-da, it tricks your brain into thinking that's actually easier. So give that a try. I did that for this whole etude, and it helped. So, etude number 4, always marcato is what it says underneath. This should feel a little bit like a march. Something that a lot of people have been having confusion with is the very last measure of the first line. Let's take a look at that. There's a D trilling to an E flat, a breath mark, and then an E F sharp. People are wondering if they should play an E flat and then an F sharp or an E natural and F sharp because of that trill. So that will not carry through the measure. You will be playing an E natural. And that also makes sense because the following measure is descending in G major, which E flat would not be a part of. Mark in your beats, especially on that third line. It is tricky just to be tricky, and that's what the judge is going to be listening for. Da-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da. So if you do that, that will be great. All right, the last etude for the set of oboe etudes. This one is tricky because it is written in 3-2, 4-2, so right, the half note gets the beat. And what the judge will be listening for is, do you know how to count when the half note gets the beat? So even in my music, I have my beats drawn, especially because there's so many triplets in this. It kind of can get you feeling like you're not exactly with the beat, but you totally are. So just mark those in, make sure those accidentals go through the measure. Try to avoid in the third line, second measure, playing da 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 da, right? So you're still playing a slow etude, da 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 da, right? So do that. Make sure you have a very nice rallentando there at the end of the third line. It's tempting, especially if you're running out of air, to just blow through that into the a tempo, but try to refrain from doing that. I would as well, for all these etudes, but especially this one because it's the longest, I would make a breathing plan. So know when to exhale and when to inhale so that you aren't reaching the end completely out of breath and flustered. You still want to make a beautiful sound on the last note. Congratulations for taking this step in your musical journey. Auditioning is a big deal, and I hope it goes very well. Remember to make a beautiful sound, play correct rhythms, play in tune, and play all the right notes, but most importantly, have fun.